Hornets. My name's Joseph Dean. Here's my partner Coleman Crawley, and we're getting ready for the girls' game here. And what are we expecting today here, Coleman?
Expecting a good game, great rivalry. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're playing the rivals, Hilldale Hornets. Usually these games are pretty competitive. These last few years, the Hilldale's kept up with Fort Gibson. It's been pretty close in these girls' games, and both teams usually have some really good teams here today. Some of the players that you're going to look out for, Zoe Whiteley is a big one. So she's a junior, so she's a junior, and she's going to be a really big part of today. And then Reese Webb, we talked about sophomore, and then we saw Fort Gibson has a huge depth this year. A lot of bench players that come on. We saw 15 players come on last game, and they just rotated in and out, and all of them got quite a bit of minutes. So look for a pretty competitive game here today, and look for these girls to really show off their athleticism and competitiveness today.
Yeah, that's great to have certainly some bench depth to be able to go to when maybe starters are struggling or foul trouble occurs.
Yeah, last game against Jay in the home opener, Fort Gibson scored 30-1 in the first half. So it was just a complete blowout, and the Fort Gibson girls are going to look to get a good start here again today. The second half, it was a little bit more competitive. Jay showed a little bit more effort off the bounce and less turnovers, but all in all, it was just a blowout really all the way. And the Fort Gibson girls, that's when they kind of started to put their bench in, started to play a lot more in the second half whenever they were ahead by quite a bit.
We would love to see that here again, but I doubt in this intense rivalry game it'll be quite the blowout that it was last go-around.
We talked briefly about last game. We got a new floor, we got a new scoreboard.
Looking beautiful.
It looks great. The Fort Gibson basketball team loves to show off new stuff every year if they can, and with the program that they have, they can do that kind of thing. We made a mistake last game. We said the girls went to the state tournament 7 straight times. I believe it is 14 straight times the girls have been to the state tournament. So a lot of success here in this program. Yeah, we talked about some of the greats that have been here. All the Glovers, the Kirk. Susie Kilpatrick, was a big post, and Danielle Johnson has kind of filled that role in the low post as well. You're going to see her a lot today. She's got a soft touch. She can shoot the ball, and she has a lot of good post moves. And then Fort Gibson's going to shoot a lot of threes really well. We saw that last game. They play a good in and out game. Zoe Whiteley, Bailey London, those are a couple of the 3-point shooters here for these girls. Yeah,
that's been the recipe for success for about the last 14 years, and I guess we don't see it stopping this year.
Yeah, I watched Miami. The girls, I think it was 70-12 was the final. So these girls, they've lost one game so far against Inola, a 1-point loss there. But other than that, these girls have already gotten a great start to the season. And on top of that, you talk about, they just look more polished than some of these other teams. To start the season, I'm sure it'll get a little bit more competitive as the season goes along. But right now, these girls, they don't have as many turnovers. They handle the ball a lot better, and they just look like they've put in a little bit more work over the summer than maybe some of these other teams have.
Yeah, I think that's right. I know they play some tough competition in the summer, and I know this great coaching staff has them prepared from the get-go of the season.
Yeah, a great coaching staff it is. Chuck London is now the head coach with assistants Scott Lowe and Caleb Parman, and they've done a really fantastic job here.
I'll be throwing some
for these Fort Gibson Tigers. So, other than that, it's going to be a great rivalry. We're playing the Hilldale Hornets, and usually we get a packed house for this.
I'll be throwing some jabs.
We have a great crew here on TigerVision. I mentioned some of them before, but they really do a great job here of filming the game and getting a lot of this to you guys, your viewers. But yeah, expect a great game here today. I haven't seen a whole lot from the Hilldale Hornets, the girls so far this season, but expect them to be pretty good. They usually are.
I saw they're out to a 4-2 record, so that's a pretty good start for the team across the river.
Yeah, and I believe the girls. I think our girls. 5-1. I'm not sure about that, but 4-1 if I'm one. But yeah, it's always a great rivalry. I remember some of these games have come down to 1 point or 1 possession games in a lot of years. And that's often what it might come down to that tonight. I don't know. Our girls have been really good this year, and they've just gotten a lot better over the past few games. Some of these other players that you're probably gonna see here. Reese Webb, the sophomore, was huge last year as a freshman, and she's kind of your do-it-all forward. She's really tall. She's 6 foot, and she's kind of. She last game against Jay, she worked a lot. She drove the lane quite a bit. She went in quite a bit, but she can shoot from the outside and those mid-range shots quite a bit too.
Tough to guard.
So expect to see her. I think Daniel Johnson had like 5 blocks last game, several of them standing. So. Fort Gibson Lady Tigers and Lady Hornets about to pray here in center court. So yeah, again, just expect this is a really athletic Tigers team, and we talked a little bit last game. They have a lot of length. We talked about Reese Webb, 6 foot. Daniel Johnson, 6'2". Bailey London, also 6 foot. Those are 3 starters right there who are 6 foot. So we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll be back.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave
So the Lady Tigers about to reveal their starters here.
The city team on the board will be the Lady Hornets. They entered the contest with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses.
I believe the Hornets are going to reveal theirs first. But yeah, we talked about a really athletic team. They like to work in and out a lot. We saw some man-to-man, mostly zone defense though. They're going to go some 2-1-2, that kind of thing.
I know last year they certainly had a defensive staple, and that was what they relied on for their success all the way to a gold ball. So we'll see if they can keep up that stifling defense this year and lead to some more success.
Yeah, again, 1 point in the first half against Jay.
Yeah, there you go.
No field goal made. So here are the Fort Gibson Lady Tiger starters. 6-1.
At 5'7", a junior, number 1, Zoe Whiteley.
First one, Zoe Whiteley. She's going to be the go-to player for the Lady Tigers here tonight. Bailey London, the second. Great three-point shooter, Bailey London, with a lot of length.
A lot of height, yes.
Reese Webb, we talked about her. Very versatile player.
5'6" sophomore, number 32, Kinsey London.
Kinsey London, the other one. Great ball handler, great shooter.
Number 33.
And Daniel Johnson's going to be that low post presence for the Lady Tigers here tonight.
Assisted by Sambo and Caleb Marvin. Referees for this game are Sam Ryans and Randy Stewart.
Very neat for Coach London, I'm sure, getting to coach his 2 daughters who are starting here tonight.
Both of them great players. We've seen Kinsey London over the summer. It seems like she's in the gym every day. And really, when your dad's the coach, and you're going to be in here a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm sure, establishing that work ethic.
So like we said, a lot of height right there, right off the bat. 3 6-footers, as well as Zoe Whiteley, who has a lot of speed. She gets a lot of those fast break points for the Lady Tigers.
There's been a lot of height over the past years in the Fort Gibson teams, but this may be the tallest bunch I've seen.
Yeah. So Danielle Johnson wins the jump ball. Zoe Whiteley takes it down the court.
Looks like Hilldale maybe in a 1-3-1 set. Fort Gibson whipping the ball around the floor.
A lot of passing here early for the Lady Tigers. Bailey London from the corner, 3
Great
already.
Shot. That all was made by Zoe Whiteley, drawing 2 defenders, getting Bailey a shot. Great pass.
Bailey London, you leave her open like that, she's going to hit those.
Fort Gibson and man right here.
A 3 by Hilldale. So right off the bat, they answer, so.
Nothing but net. That may be tough for Danielle to get out on the perimeter.
Hilldale showing off early some of that shooting that Jay just really didn't have. Danielle posting up.
Strong with the basketball right there. Good job drawing a foul, going to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 30, Gatti, her first, team foul number 1.
Danielle Johnson has such a soft touch around the basket. She's going to get a lot of those tonight.
I've seen her really improve year after year. First one off the mark.
Second one off the mark.
Just long.
Good rebound by Reese Webb.
Great
using
hustle.
some of that length.
Skip pass to Bailey London. Foot on the line. Just long on the 2.
Great effort by Zoe Whiteley, but ultimately Hilldale gets the ball back. Hilldale trying to push the pace a little bit.
Another
Deep
3.
That one from the hash mark.
Fort Gibson basketball.
Checking in for your Lady Tigers, number 4, Mallory Baker.
Mallory Baker checks in, another big effort player. She's going to make a lot of the nitty-gritty plays, the rebounds, as well as the forcing the turnovers and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they may have made that substitution after they watched Danielle kind of struggle to get out and defend the 3. Maybe a little more speed on the floor rather than size right now.
Good rebound by Zoe Whiteley. Hilldale forces the turnover.
Another 3.
23, kind of a shooter for Hilldale. That's the second 3 she's taken already. That one with a hand in her face.
That was impressive right there. Great pass. Jump ball.
It's going to go to Hilldale. So the Hilldale Hornets with a quick 6-3 lead, showing a lot more competitiveness than the last game, and this is going to be a close game here today.
Yeah, like you said, I think just that rivalry maybe brings out the best in both teams.
Some more man.
Another 3 off the mark. Zoe Whiteley with a great drive. Looked like she got hit, but no foul called.
Fort Gibson getting back on defense pretty well so far today. Another 3 by Hilldale.
5th 3-point attempt already, 3 minutes in. Some pesky defense by Hilldale almost forces the turnover. Fort Gibson retains.
So it seems like already Fort Gibson's not going to let Hilldale drive. They're going to make them shoot those outside shots.
Looks like Hilldale's happy to do that.
A lot of passing.
Hilldale now in man.
Foul on number 30.
Already 2 on her. Looks like she may be having to be checked out of the game.
That's Peyton Gaddy.
Who at 5'11", their tallest player, having to sacrifice some size right there due to foul trouble.
Jump off for Gibson.
One thing we haven't talked about is this girls team. They're really young. This Hilldale team's a little bit older. It seems they got 2 juniors and a senior on the floor, and Fort Gibson doesn't have that.
Difficult time inbounding the ball for Fort Gibson. They turn it over. Coming with a little pressure now, maybe trying to set the tone defensively. Generate some offense by what they do on the defensive side. Missed shot, Zoe Whiteley able to get out in transition. A lot of contact and one.
Great bucket that time by Zoe Whiteley.
Tough finish.
Fouls at number 33, Michaela
Zoe Whiteley
Williams,
showing
her
off a
first
lot of the
foul.
speed that she has.
Zoe Whiteley will shoot for the 3-point play.
Already 3 fouls for Hilldale, less than 4 minutes in. Zoe can
Good. 6-all for the Lady Tigers and Lady Hornets.
Check again for the Lady Hornets.
Fort Gibson with a little bit of full court press here.
About the longest Hilldale possession we've seen so far. Another three-pointer. Off the mark. Hilldale gets the rebound.
Nice screen that time. But Bailey London does a good job of getting around it.
Gets a 5 count. Oh, sorry, timeout there.
So Hilldale takes a timeout. This is for GibsonTigers.tv. We're 3.5 minutes in, all tied up. We'll be back.
Thank you, do.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
And we're back. Here Hilldale has the ball, about to inbound the ball.
Almost a turnover. Hustling back on defense. Zoe Whiteley with a clean block.
This Hilldale Hornets team a lot longer than the J team we saw last Friday. They're a lot taller and they're a lot more athletic, it seems, as well.
Peyton Gaddy back in for Hilldale again with those 2 fouls. Danielle with the steal. Bailey, great entry pass. Danielle for 2.
Great job by Daniel Johnson to get the steal and then get down the floor quick. Beat her man and then had the easy layup.
Got the first lead back since the Bailey opening 3 to start the game. A 1-2-2 pressure from the Lady Tigers.
Good defense that time by Kenzie Baker.
Hilldale able to break through.
Open 3 for Hilldale. Can't get it to hit. Reese Webb pushes the ball up the floor. Bailey London for the open 3. And hits it. Bailey London with her second 3 tonight.
That's one thing about these girls, even with their height. Reese at 6 foot, still able to bring the ball up the floor like a point guard and get the assist.
Deep three by Hilldale. Can't get it to hit. Reese Webb gets the ball, looking to push it up the floor.
Great pass by Whiteley. Danielle draws the foul.
Great court vision that time by Zoe Whiteley to read the defense and see Danielle open down below the basket. So Danielle Johnson about to shoot 2 here. Danielle Johnson's second trip to the line tonight. She hits the first. Hilldale with 4 fouls tonight. Questionable ball there. I thought it might have been for Gibson's ball, but it looks like Zoe Whiteley might have swatted it out.
Hilldale struggling to get the ball across.
Good drive that time.
Really good move right there by Hilldale.
Number 25.
Looks like there's a concerted effort to try and get Danielle the ball. Feel like they've got a height advantage.
Hilldale forces the steal.
Surprising, Hilldale had an open attempt at a 3 but didn't take it.
Number 25 trying to drive again, but with not as much success that time. Good court vision by Zoe Whiteley. Danielle Johnson with the fake.
Really good move, just missed.
Good defense by Kinsey London. Zoe Whiteley comes up with it. Drives to the lane and gets the foul.
Great job going up through the contact right there. Getting to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good body control that time by Whiteley. So she's going to shoot 2. A great free throw shooter too, so expect her to make these.
Worried you may have jinxed her, but she knocked it down.
So some different players going to come in for Fort Gibson now. One of them, Emma Wofford, as well as Hannah Johnson.
That's big from what you touched on, just that bench depth, being able to keep players fresh.
Hilldale pushing the ball up the court. Fort Gibson with a 13-8 lead.
Kickball violation. Hilldale keeps it.
So Hannah Johnson coming in to kind of fill in that low post presence. She's 5'10", but she plays a lot taller.
Fort Gibson's first foul of the game.
Number 21, Reese Webb, her first, team foul number 1 on the Lady Tigers.
Called it on Reese Webb.
Bernarski at the line.
Hilldale misses the first. Hilldale hits the second. Score now 13-9.
Seems like every stoppage of play, one coach or the other is bringing in a new player. A lot of fresh faces in and out. Zoe's got great speed, moving the ball up the floor.
Wofford with the corner 3.
Great passing shot right there.
Yeah, both coaches bringing in a lot of players, but there's a lot faster pace of a game than the last game against Jay. For a girls' game, it's a really fast-paced game. Well,
Yes.
for any side.
Zoe called for the foul, a little over-aggressive, but I like the intensity and passion she's playing with right here in this rivalry game, showing some senior leadership despite just being a junior.
42, Maddie Folsom back in for the Lady Hornets.
So 42, Maddie Folsom coming in for the Hornets. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Hilldale looking to maybe have the last possession. And the clock runs out.
Great defense to not allow a shot.
So at the end of the first quarter, Fort Gibson Lady Tigers 16, Hilldale Hornets 9. Great fast-paced first quarter that time by Fort Gibson. And we saw a lot of threes, but as the quarter kind of wore on, we saw a little bit more inside play. And great court vision by Zoe Whiteley in the first quarter as well. We saw a lot of great passes that she made, and she pushed the pace. She got it down the floor. She found Danielle Johnson a couple times open under the basket, so good passing by Zoe Whiteley.
Really set the tone with some great assists early, good ball movement, along with drawing some fouls out in transition, creating contact.
And like you talked about, already really good defense by the Lady Tigers, held the Hornets to 9 points in the first quarter. A lot of times they kind of saw that the half court wasn't working, so they started to apply a little bit more full court pressure, and it started to work a little bit. They got a little bit more turnovers and kind of got Hilldale off their rhythm.
Yes, I think so. Good change of pace defense by Coach London right there.
So Hannah Johnson and Emma Woff are going to stay in. Like you said, applying a little bit more of that speed.
Bit of man-to-man here in this half-court setting.
Good
Great
defense
steal.
by Reese Webb.
Charge called. Don't know if she was in position, but it looks like Reese was a little out of control. That's her second foul.
Reese Webb, her second personal team foul, number 3 on the Lady Tigers. And for your Lady Tigers, number 4, Mallory Baker.
Fort Gibson going back to that full court pressure.
Reese coming out to avoid picking up a third.
Good
Great back
defense by
tap.
Zoe Whiteley.
Fort Gibson in zone out of the inbounds. We'll stay in it.
23's taking a deep shot already.
Good pass inside by Hilldale. Shot off the mark. Zoe with an aggressive rebound. Good ball movement. Draws the foul.
Hannah Johnson that time with a nice pass, and Mallory Baker with a nice drive.
23, Celeste Wood, her first team foul, number 6. Mallory Baker, shooting 2.
First foul on number 23. And the first free throw is good. And it really comes into handy when you've got all these different players with all these different skill sets. You know, they went big in the first quarter. Now they're going a little bit smaller with a little bit more speed.
Yes. Even some of these guards have some aggression inside, and some of these post players can shoot from the perimeter. So that makes it a nightmare for opposing teams.
Open three for Hilldale, didn't take it. Settled for the mid-range jumper, didn't get it to fall.
Zoe being pressured. Might almost turned it over. Kinsey Lennon does a good job to get it back. Drives in. Great layup right there.
Great ability to recover the ball and show enough body control to drive the lane and get under her defender.
Looked a little bit like her older brother Jordan right there.
I think maybe she picked up a couple moves. Fort Gibson applying a lot of pressure here on defense. Hilldale takes an open three and hits it.
Timeout Hilldale.
Closes the lead to 8. So real quick, we're going to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keys Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, the Tigers Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes MS Dogie Skate Center. So thank you, sponsors, for this broadcast tonight. So 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Still a long ways to go in this first half, and Hilldale keeping it a little close. They haven't gone away quite yet. Fort Gibson looking to establish that early lead like they did last Friday.
Fort Gibson did a really good job there. Only gave up about 3 points in 7 minutes. But Hilldale with the threes able to get back in this one.
So Zoe Whiteley takes the ball down the court. Danielle Johnson back in that low post presence.
Hilldale in man. And that was a huge foul call right there, as that is the third on Peyton Gaddy of Hilldale. And also it puts Fort Gibson in the bonus in the 1-on-1.
Number 11 going to come in for Gaddy. It's Mariah Maxwell, the 5'9" junior. Danielle Johnson hits her first and is going to get a second. And she hits her second.
She's adjusted, hit 3 of her last 4 after missing those opening 2. Fort Gibson pressure, creating a turnover, carrying violation.
That's a killer for Hilldale. Fort Gibson now up by double digits. Kinsey London drives the lane.
All the way.
Nice block by Hilldale.
Really good defensive play there by Hilldale to get the block without fouling.
Aggressive defense by Zoe Whiteley.
Full court pass, what a look. In and out on the layup.
Danielle Johnson picks it up, passes to Zoe Whiteley, who takes it down the floor. Tries to get out in transition, uses some of that speed and open layup.
I don't think anyone wanted to take a charge in front of that speed.
Danielle Johnson almost with the steal.
Draws the foul. Going back to the line yet again.
Zoe Whiteley with a great move there. A little bit of a Euro step almost, and like you said, they didn't want to take the charge, and she just went right in for open layup.
Almost similar to Russell Westbrook in the NBA game, that we see that he seems to have an extra level that's faster than everyone else on the court. Tonight it looks like Zoe has that type of speed.
So Fort Gibson going back to some of that height. Reese Webb and Bailey London coming back in. Danielle Johnson shoots her first free throw. Can't get it to fall. Hilldale picks it up.
Good
nice block.
block.
Danielle Johnson that time.
Bailey open on the perimeter. Moves the ball around inside, turnover. Oh, questionable foul call. But Hilldale will go to the line.
Riley Barnowski that time, only 5'4", but and a freshman, but a good job that time of drawing the foul. So that's Zoe Whiteley's second foul tonight.
Her and Reese probably needing to avoid to pick up another by the half. Would hate to see them have to play with foul trouble in the second half.
Zoe Whiteley gets the rebound and pushes it up the court. Drives
really
the lane.
good move.
Good pass. Daniel Johnson kicks it back to Zoe Whiteley. They find
Good
Kinsey
ball
London
movement.
open on the 3 and hits it.
One London to another.
Kinsey London showing off some of that shooting that she has. She doesn't shoot it as much as some of the other players, but
Really does a good job of setting up the flow, is most of the time playing point guard.
Danielle Johnson with the rebound.
Ooh. Tough foul by Zoe Whiteley right there. She was trying to dive for the ball.
Takes a big hit.
Fouls number 1, Zoe Whiteley. That's her third. Team
So
foul.
Mallory Baker and Emma Woff are going to come back in.
Number 2, Emma Wofford. Number 4, Mallory Baker back in for your
Danielle
Third
Johnson.
foul right there on Zoe, having to come out.
Danielle Johnson going to come out as well. Hilldale loses it for Gibson ball.
Good tip by Kinsey.
Kinsey finds Bailey London for 3, and she
Great
hits
shot.
it. A lot of range from Bailey London. That's her third 3 tonight.
London's really hurting Hilldale on the perimeter.
Hilldale trying to go in and out.
Good defense. Caddell keep the ball. Shuffled her feet a little bit, turnover. Good defense by Bailey London.
And with Barnowski being just a freshman, you're going to see some of her make some plays like that. Reese Webb working from the elbow. Foul on Hilldale.
Fouls number
32.
First team foul number 9.
It's Peyton Kite, one of the senior leaders for the Hilldale Hornets.
The last 1-and-1 is after this. Any other fouls for Gibson will be in the double bonus.
Reese Webb hits her first.
Lines the first.
I believe that's Webb's first point of the night.
Fouls number 20, Bailey London.
Foul on
First
Bailey
team
London.
foul number 6.
That's Bailey London's first foul. For Gibson going back to that man-to-man.
Doing a really good job forcing Hilldale to move the ball around the perimeter, not letting them in the paint.
So a good drive by 42. That's Maddie Folsom draws contact and gets the foul.
Fouls number 21, Reese Webb.
Fouls on Reese Webb.
That's her third personal.
That's
team
her
foul.
third. So
Number 42, Maddie Folsom.
Reese Webb might have to come out. And it looks like they are going to sub Hannah Johnson in for her. But that's the great thing about the depth that the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers have. You have players that might get into foul trouble, and you have a lot of these good. Hannah Johnson's a senior, so you have these good veterans to come in and get quality minutes and put a lot of good production on the court.
Typically it's a concern when two of your starters pick up 3 fouls, but not for the Lady Tigers, as you touched on their depth.
Bailey London with the open 3. She hits it again. Bailey London with her fourth three tonight. Can't miss.
High arching shot going in time after time.
Bailey London on fire in the first half. Traveling by Hilldale. It's going to be Lady Tigers ball.
Since that timeout, this lead has really ballooned. Tigers on a 14-1 run.
Kinsey London operating more out of that point roll with Zoe Whiteley being out due to foul trouble.
Great skip pass over to Kinsey London, just short. Good rebound. Looks like maybe a foul, not called, and then a traveling violation.
Carson
25. Carson Eichlin going to come in for the Hornets. Good defense by Bailey London. Kind of a bad pass from Hilldale. A lot of movement from this Fort Gibson Lady Tigers offense.
That many screens and cuts, it's hard for Hilldale to stay with them.
Fouls number 2, Jordan Claiborne, her first, team foul number 10. Lady Tigers in the double bonus.
So Kinsey London's going to shoot her first free throws tonight.
Back in before Gibson.
First one a little bit off. Daniel Johnson going to come in for Hannah Johnson. Second one good. So 22-point lead for the Lady Tigers tonight.
Pull up three by Hilldale. Their fifth of the night.
A lot of movement from this Lady Tigers offense. Kinsey London with the three, hits it. The London sisters, 5 for 5, no, 6 for 6 combined, the London sisters from 3 tonight. Hilldale with the pull-up three, can't get it to hit.
Over the back foul.
Hilldale really looking at that three ball to try and get back into it.
I think if you would have told the Hilldale coach at the beginning of the game, hey, in the first half you're going to hit 5 threes, he'd probably like where they'd be, yet here they are down 22 and maybe more with Baker at the line.
Yeah. Baker hits her first. But a good job by the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers defense of making them take those low percentage shots, not getting a whole lot of inside action from the Hilldale Hornets. In fact, have we seen a layup? I don't think we have.
Maybe
one
little.
or two, yeah. And that's the strength of this Lady Tigers defense with the length that they have.
Good trap in the corner, has to throw it off her leg. Smart play to keep possession by Hilldale.
.25 driving the lane again. That's the second time she's done that tonight.
Only one that seems to be able to get in the paint for the Hornets.
Emma
Great
Walker.
drive, a lot of contact, no foul called. We'll go to the half. Tigers up 40-18.
So a 40-18 lead in the first half. They outscored them 20-9 in the second quarter. So a great second quarter by the Lady Tigers, and we saw a lot of speed in the first quarter, a little bit less, transition offense in the second. They kind of settled into their half-court offense, and the Lady Tigers taking advantage with their three-point shooters. So this is for GibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back at the half.
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare. Gibson's only locally and family-owned funeral home is committed to the community of Fort Gibson, Muskogee, and surrounding areas. It's our mission at Clifford D. Garrett Funeral Home to facilitate meaningful ways for families to grieve their loss and celebrate the memories of their loved ones. Call Cliff at 918-478-2555 or come visit 1224 East Poplar in Fort Gibson. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services, such as Stihl chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsert mowers, case knives, and Big Green Egg grills. In early 2015, Keith Hardware remodeled and added hundreds of new items to better serve their customers. At Keith's Hardware, we're proud supporters of all Fort Gibson school events. Go Tigers!
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare. Fort Gibson's only locally and family-owned funeral home is committed to the community of Fort Gibson, Muskogee, and surrounding areas. It's our mission at Clifford D. Garrett Funeral Home to facilitate meaningful ways for families to grieve their loss and celebrate the memories of their loved ones. Call Cliff at 918-478-2555 or come visit 1224 East Poplar in Fort Gibson. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services, such as Stilt chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsard mowers, case knives, and Big Green Egg grills. In early 2015, Keith Hardware remodeled and added hundreds of new items to better serve their customers. At Keith's Hardware, we're proud supporters of all Fort Gibson school events. Go Tigers!
And we're back here with FortGibsonTigers.tv. A big lead by the Lady Tigers, 40-18. Really great second half. 24-9 second half.
Second
quarter. My bad.
Yes, yeah. Coach London's really got to be pleased with the way they they came out after that 3-6 lead they were trailing by. Since then, it's been 37-12. So we'll see if they can keep that up this second half.
The Lady Tigers getting a really good floor spacing, and that's caused them to kind of hit a lot more threes than Hilldale has tonight. Both teams have taken a lot of threes, but Fort Gibson has hit more of theirs.
Zoe and Reese back in, both with 3 fouls. Kinsey, another open look.
Hits
She
it
makes
again.
them pay.
Kinsey London 3 for 3 behind the three-point arc tonight.
Traveling violation by Hilldale there. Good
Hilldale-
start to the half for the Lady Tigers.
Hilldale's got to be thinking, man, what can you do to stop them? I mean, they don't miss a shot.
A lot of shooters on the floor. Hilldale back in the 1-3-1.
Nice pass by Reese Webb, and Danielle Johnson with the nice post move. Gets in front of her man. Good hands by Bailey London. Hilldale comes back up with it and gets it. Well, they almost
Missed
got
the
it.
layup. Good pass to Danielle. Great pass out to Reese.
And
Hits
she hits
the
it.
three.
That's Reese Webb's first 3 tonight.
8-0 start, the first minute and 10. Can't ask for a better start than that. Fort Gibson also in a 1-3-1. Good hands again by Bailey London. Kinsey comes up with it. Good pass inside to Danielle. Gets her own rebound. Blocked. Reese with the loose ball.
Reese Webb being really physical here in the second half.
Zoe has a lot more aggressiveness this year that I didn't see maybe as often her freshman and sophomore year, really stepping into a leadership role.
Fort Gibson doing a good job of taking the open look. Bailey London misses her first 3 tonight.
Rare miss from one of the Londons.
Hilldale with the deep 3. Can't get it to hit. Fort Gibson trying to push the pace here. Good pass by Zoe Whiteley.
Really good catch by Danielle. That was tough. Those soft hands you were talking about.
Fort Gibson double teaming Bailey London with good hands again. Reese Webb with a wide open bucket.
Off the mark, Kinsey rebound. Good catch, Danielle off the mark.
Hilldale starting to be a little bit more physical down low.
So he gets fouled.
Fouls number 23, Celeste Wood, her third personal, second team foul on Hilldale.
Fouls on 23, Celeste Wood.
Back in for the Lady Hornets.
That's her third foul.
Number 4, Mallory Baker.
So Mallory Baker comes in for Danielle Johnson.
Number 21, Kenna
Like we
Hoffman
said,
also
that depth that the Lady Tigers have, they're constantly subbing players in, getting those fresh legs. When you can do that, it's a great advantage.
Absolutely.
Bailey London with the open corner 3. Can't get it to hit.
Good rebound, Zoe Whiteley. Good pass. Reese skips it back to Whiteley. Open 3. More offensive rebounding for the Lady Tigers.
Fort Gibson doing a good job of crashing the boards here early in the second half. Bailey London with another 3. Can't get it to hit.
Good hustle, but it'll be Hilldale basketball.
Timeout for charge to Hilldale. It's going to be a full.
So another Hilldale timeout. Hilldale looking for an answer. A big lead by the Lady Tigers. They got to get something going if they're going to stay in this game. They've got to do it this quarter. If you enter the fourth quarter with a 50-18 lead, it's not going to look good.
Yeah, too little, too late, looking like for Hilldale.
So Fort Gibson missing a few of their threes now. They're going to start looking inside probably, or maybe get a little bit more back into that transition offense with Zoe Wiley and some of the speed that they have.
They've done a really good job this half creating second chance opportunities, second and third chance by getting those extra offensive rebounds, keeping the possession alive.
Hilldale doing a little bit better of a job of that inside defense. We've missed a couple shots on the inside because we've had hands in our face. It's been a little bit more difficult. Hilldale coming out and playing a little bit harder.
Hilldale's not doing a bad job defensively. Fort Gibson's just hit a lot of perimeter shots. But really, the difference in the game has been Fort Gibson's defense, and that, as I touched on previously last year, was the reason I felt as to why they ended up with the gold ball.
This Fort Gibson girls team looks like they're another state tournament kind of team.
I mean, sometimes with their trapping and their intense defense, I bet Hilldale has to feel like they've got 7 defenders on the floor. Just unfair at times. Good movement out of the timeout there by Hilldale. Get 2 points, make it a 30-point game. Fort Gibson clearly trying to get it inside.
Kenzie London with the open three, can't get it to hit. Good offensive rebound by Bailey London.
Utilizing her height to get that rebound and put back. Turnover for Gibson basketball.
Zoe Wiley pushing the pace. Bailey London finds an open Reese Webb cutting. Reese Webb gets her own rebound and draws the foul.
Way to battle.
Foul number 21, Kenna Hoffman, her first team foul number 3. Reese Webb at the line.
Reese Webb, a really difficult player to defend because she's got height and length, and she's got that strength, and she's got quite a bit of speed too. And Reese Webb is a really good passer as well. So it makes you kind of hesitate to bring several defenders on her because she can kick it out really well.
Bailey London getting some much-deserved rest.
Emma Wofford coming in for her.
Reese connects on both free throws. Largest lead of the game for the Tigers now at 34. Good pressure. Although maybe had an open shot. Went it back out to the perimeter.
Jump ball, Hilldale.
25, Carson Eichling there with the drive. And Eichling has been Hilldale's main kind of inside presence. She's driven the lane quite a few times tonight.
Got blocked there.
Good hands by Reese Webb. Good job of keeping her hands up. Zoe Wiley with the speed.
Just too fast for the Hilldale defense.
She has a man to beat, and she does.
Give credit to Hilldale, still playing very hard despite the big deficit.
Anna Johnson coming in for Reese Webb. Eichling again with the drive. Foul on Emma Wofford. That's her first. Zoe Wiley slips up a little bit but can get back up. Hilldale with the three.
Good shot there. Looks like her foot may have been on the line.
Oh, okay. Deep two. Emma Wofford with the three, hand in her face.
Pretty looking shot, great ball movement. Kinsey to Hannah, Hannah to Emma.
Wofford, another one with relatives that have played basketball. Her older brother Chance played here a couple years ago, last year.
Really good player for the boys team. It's got to be really frustrating for Hilldale and other coaches of teams nearby with this Fort Gibson team having lost several seniors from last year, but yet they just continue to reload and are near unbeatable on the home floor.
Yeah, every year you think, they might be a little bit worse, but it seems like they get better every year. Each team usually has some different strengths. This team with a lot of depth and a lot of length and athleticism and a lot of good shooting too. They don't really have a weakness so far.
Hannah Johnson goes up through the contact, draws a foul.
And like you said, a lot of these Fort Gibson girls teams have had a lot of really good defense, and that's been kind of a staple from year to year.
This team, from what I've seen today, looks like that's not going to change.
So Hannah Johnson misses her first. This is the second. Hilldale gets the rebound. .23 pulls up for the mid-range jumper, can't get it to hit. Zoe Whiteley pushes the ball down the floor. Kicks it out to Bailey London, who finds Hannah Johnson on the elbow. She drives and draws the foul. Hannah Johnson being a little bit more aggressive here in the second half.
Hannah Johnson at the line.
Like we said, we've seen 7 players get a lot of minutes for the Lady Tigers here tonight, and several more coming in and out regularly. Hannah Johnson banks the free throw in. So Fort Gibson Lady Tigers now have 60 points.
Quick trigger there, off the mark.
Wiley pushes the pace again, drives the lane, and almost gets it to go, draws the foul.
Fouls number 11, Mariah Maxwell, her third. Team foul number 6. Zoe Whiteley at the line.
So with less than a minute here left in the third quarter, things are getting a little out of hand. Fort Gibson looking to kind of cement the game's end here. Like we've seen in so many other games so far this season, the Lady Tigers have the ability to get out to those big leads and then just smother opposing teams.
Seems like quicksand. They just keep trying harder and it gets worse and worse.
Yeah. But you have to credit some of these opposing teams. Hilldale has had a lot of effort tonight. They've played hard.
Absolutely, absolutely. 3-on-2 opportunity for the Lady Tigers.
Emma Wofford
all the
drives
way.
The lane. Hannah Johnson with the offensive rebound. And Mallory Baker with the pull-up jumper. Hilldale tries to get a last shot off, can't do it. Bailey London with the steal to close the third quarter. Great third quarter by the Lady Tigers, and it looks like this game is just about over.
64-22. Maybe we'll see some of the girls on the end of the bench get a little bit of playing time tonight.
And what a change we've seen from years past where this rivalry has been such a close game, and the Lady Tigers, it looks like they just came prepared tonight.
Yes. Hilldale, clearly not a bad team, can shoot the ball from the perimeter, have a little bit of size to them, not as much as the Lady Tigers, but Fort Gibson came to play tonight for this rivalry game.
We saw kind of in the first half some of the Lady Tigers get into foul trouble, but it looks like they've avoided that in the second half.
They've done a good job of still being able to create turnovers, though, without fouling. Created a lot of easy buckets in transition.
And Zoe Whiteley, a huge transition player with that speed and that court vision. And one thing we've seen a lot tonight is Danielle Johnson really getting out in transition as well. You know, we've seen a lot of passes from Whiteley to Johnson throughout the game where Johnson's just wide open under the bucket.
Yes, been rewarded for running the floor.
Reese Webb kicks out to Kenzie Linden in the corner.
Good pass inside.
Reese Webb gets it back.
Battling for it. Jump ball.
And we talked about that depth come state tournament time. That's going to come in handy a lot because it's going to be near the end of the season. You know, you'd expect some teams that don't have as much depth to kind of wear down. Maybe injuries start to pile up, but this team's going to be able to kind of keep fresh legs throughout the entire season.
Yes, yeah. Big advantage. Two-guard set against this 1-3-1.
Nice pass by Zoe Whiteley. Danielle Johnson.
Finish.
Danielle Johnson with the tough shot there. Fort Gibson with the 1-3-1 of their own.
Good movement here by Hilldale as they get an easy bucket. That right there, I mean, shows me that this team isn't maybe as bad as the score indicates.
Danielle Johnson puts up the shot, gets a tough rebound, and was able to put it back. But yeah, like you talked about, Hilldale, they're a really good team, and we're probably going to see them later on down the road in the postseason.
Yes, you really like that from one of your seniors. The game's out of hand. Maybe the effort wouldn't be there, but Danielle continuing to battle, scoring on the second chance point.
So Hilldale takes another timeout. Real quick, we're going to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keys Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tigers Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center. Thank you, sponsors, for this broadcast tonight. So Fort Gibson subbing a few new players in tonight. Number 23, Marianne Parks, a freshman, and then also Kiera Milton, number 22.
You like to see some of these players that really help you throughout the year in practice, maybe don't get as much recognition in games, getting their chance to shine here in the fourth quarter.
And we haven't really seen Parks come in so far as a freshman, getting a lot of her early minutes here tonight in this game. Parks with the three there, can't get it to hit.
Jump ball for Gibson.
Yeah, like you talked about, Kiera Milton, a valuable senior off the bench. We've seen her come in kind of these late game situations, and really we've seen a lot of good things from her so far this year. Foul on Baker that time. Milton, a good effort player, plays really good defense.
Good hands, there you go. Called it right there. Fort Gibson still playing that great defense no matter who's on the floor.
Baker that time with the steal. Foul on 32. That's Peyton Kite. That's her second foul. Like you talked about, Fort Gibson applying a lot of pressure here in the fourth quarter.
Hilldale bringing in a whole new lineup.
Hilldale looking to get some more youth in here. We see several sophomores and a freshman come in.
Great skip pass from Hannah Johnson. Just misses. Ball tipped out of bounds. Hilldale maintains.
The 22 drives the lane, can't get it to hit.
Fort Gibson does a really good job of hands-up defense, avoiding fouls.
So turnover by Hilldale. Baker kicks to Wofford in the corner.
Hilldale's young girls bringing some good pressure.
Fort Gibson bringing in a couple more players. Lexi Fouch, the sophomore, number 10. Also Gracie Comer, 44, the senior. Gracie Comer, we saw her last Friday night, came in and played really well down in the low post. Hilldale with the turnover there. And you're going to see that a little bit more with these younger players. Some of these easy mistakes that they make.
Little inexperience. Hilldale still playing hard, some good defense. Good rebound there.
Lexi Fouch using her length. Another 6-footer for Fort Gibson.
Good skip pass from Kiera to Wofford to Fouch for 2. Again, even with Fort Gibson subs in the game, they clearly have a lot of size.
Yeah, Lexi Fouch, a young player, sophomore, but she's a really good shooter, and with that length, it really helps her kind of shoot over opponents. So Feather Two Shields coming in for Fort Gibson, number 25. Another freshman.
Good game from Emma Wofford. Looks like she'll check out for the rest of the night.
So Fort Gibson has put up another 70 tonight. Good hands by Fouch.
Good move there by Hilldale.
Fouch almost came back and got the block. Foul's going to go on 23, Marianne Parks. That's her first. For Hilldale, it's kind of got to be deflating when you play as hard as they have. You just can't get anything to work. Fort Gibson the lead's just gotten bigger and bigger in the second half. And you see
three.
You see them doing all the right things. Really, it's just they're not getting them to work out.
Yeah, that's one thing as a coach you got to be pleased that despite the outcome, your team gave their best effort, and maybe it'll pay off later in the season. Parks getting hounded by several defenders.
Good pass by Milton. Fouch keeps it in, but Hilldale gets a hold of it. Foul's going to go on Milton, number 22. Milton did a good job that time of getting back on defense, not letting them get those easy transition points. So that's Milton's first. Hilldale bringing in a couple more. Looks like Jordan Hayes, number 15, is going to come in for Fort Gibson. Another young player, another freshman for Fort Gibson here. And it's really valuable for these young players to get all these minutes.
Yes, yeah, see some varsity playing time against a rival.
Like you said, Fort Gibson using that length, keeping their hands up on defense. Good job that time. Foul's going to go on number 10, Lexi Fouch. Jordan Claiborne hits her first. And she hits her second. Two Shields pushing the ball down the floor.
All this pressure Hilldale's providing, making it tough for Fort Gibson to look inside.
Fouch with the offensive rebound. Milton gets another offensive rebound. Fort Gibson has done a really good job in the second half, crashing those boards, getting those offensive rebounds, and that's really helped giving them those second and third chances. You know, if you're on defense and you're giving up those rebounds, you know, you can't stop them because they've gotten all these opportunities. That's a big reason why Fort Gibson has scored 70 tonight.
Height clearly been an advantage.
This Fort Gibson girls team is one of the more athletic teams we've seen.
Good three there by the freshman from Hilldale.
Good pass by Hayes inside to Comer. Comer can't get it to fall.
Good hands-up defense.
Hilldale gets the jump ball. So with less than a minute to go, this game is pretty much over. Fort Gibson going to come away with a big lead and a big win, too, over their rivals just across the river.
Got to feel good to pick this one up. Last game before Christmas break really set the tone for the next half of the season.
And it's good to see this girls team, you know, so polished as they are. You know, that we haven't really had a whole lot of turnovers tonight. A little bit more in the second half, but when you have that polish already early in the season, it helps when you hit that break. You're not really worried about having to, you know, kind of polish back up.
Yes, yeah, I'm very impressed with how mature this team already looks this early in the season.
Kiera Milton with the steal and the fast break points.
Good to see a senior score there.
So last shot here for Hilldale. And they're going to get it off in time. Can't get it to hit. So that's the end of the game. Fort Gibson Lady Tigers 74, Hilldale Lady Hornets 33, and a great game by Fort Gibson. We talked about a lot of athleticism, a lot of length, and a really good Fort Gibson Lady Tigers team here this year.
Yes, fantastic effort.
So this is FortGibsonTigers.tv. We thank you for watching, and we'd like to see you back at the boys game.